this is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing.
Welcome back to Calvin. We're here for another podcast. And I've spent maybe 2 hours trying to set this up, which is not great, but we've made it and we're recording. So what are you going to do? Can't stop. Now, I'm actually recording the screen and I'm recording inside the door, which means I can play different sections of the song. But I haven't even introduced the purpose of the show. All right, we'll start again. And let's all take a deep breath together. Okay, in, out. Okay, so we're here for the lyric and production breakdown for the new song Change, which was released on the 5th of May. And I'm kind of relieved to be doing the podcast because with the recent content I've been releasing, it's been very you got to make it as short as possible, keep the length short, cut as much as you can. So today is a different story because it's a podcast. It's going to go for as long as it needs to. We'll be sipping because we're always sipping. I'm sipping on the camo tea today. And we'll just be taking pauses and doing whatever because got the time. So wherever you are, just enjoy the sound of my voice. Sit back. If you needed to fall asleep, you can. If you want to turn it off and delete it and unsubscribe and unfollow, please do that. You know, there's no shame. So we're here. Oh, it's pretty hot. I set it to 90 degrees and it's a little bit of burning occurring. So let's just get into it. But, sorry. I was talking about my 2 hours of setting up and the way I'm structuring it. So I'm filming myself. We've got the lights going. We've got the recording inside the door, so I can press play and stop to different parts of the song. I can even isolate things that I want to show you. And I'm also doing the screen share. And I'm hoping to combine it for some just promo videos for the podcast. But we'll see what happens. So let's get into it. So Change, I think I will require a lot of thinking time to explain some of the lyrics. A lot of them because there's like the surface level meaning and then the metaphors involved and then the deeper underlying connection to things. So it is a tough one. I haven't thought about it that much. And as you might know, I do this on the fly. So I might need just a few moments to think to understand my own thought process and what went into it. But we'll get into it with the intro. That's my pain, yeah. We talking about pain. What am I? All right, so the beat is made by Relly Made. Relly made it, and he found one of those beats on YouTube. Now, interesting thing about this song is I wrote the first half of this about at least 5 years ago. Now, this is when I just started to get into recording. So I'd made my first song, Running Man, which I may make that in the near future. And this was, I think, the second song I was making. And at the time, I had a $10 microphone and a compact laptop. And basically, I thought this was a good song. I liked the lyrics, I liked the beat, but I just didn't have the technology or equipment or know-how to make it good. And, I'm still learning that, but it's a lot better than what it was. And I'm going to be releasing a reel comparing a snippet of that first version to this current version, which is basically the definition of progress for me because it's night and day for me. And with how I wrote this song, as I said, the first half, because I decided that I was going to use this beat for the song, I downloaded it, and then because I used to live in the city in Melbourne, I was walking to the gym one day, which is about 10 or 15-minute walk, and I was playing the instrumental just to come up with ideas. And I was sort of freestyling lyrics in my head, not out loud, but in my head. And I sort of got it. And from the start of the first verse to the chorus, that was basically just, I thought of that in 1 to 2 minutes. And as I was walking, I was like, oh, I need to stop and write this down because I've just got it. So then I was standing in the middle of the street, just writing the lyrics down. It took me, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then I moved on my way and we've returned to it. So with that first section, the lyrics are, that's my pain. Why are you talking about pain? So the theme of this song relates to pain, and it's my own, the pain I put on myself through being my biggest self-critic and putting all this pressure on me to do things and excel and I guess never be satisfied with where I currently am sitting in a detrimental way. So that's kind of the overarching theme of when I talk about pain. And, that can relate to recent experiences in my life, relationships ending, the loss of my dad, etc. So that's definitely tied in there as well. So we'll continue. But before we do that, we need to sip. Actually, I'll just play and I'll sip because, although I can take as much time as I want, we don't want to be taking 10 years. Oh, it started again. That's not on. My pain. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, and yes, I can isolate stuff. It's amazing. You'll hear here. That's a very It's a little there's this rapper, I can't remember his name, but he did that in one of his songs, or he does it in quite a few of his songs, and I just thought it sounded funny, so I just did it in this song. So a little tidbit there. And just so you know, too, I've had to take off quite a few effects on the reverb, so it might not sound as dense as the final product, because the computer will die if you put too many effects on and try to record at the same time, which I'm also recording with effects on. So it's a lot. Okay. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Right, and also another thing I missed was you might hear me go, Sue. That's, if you remember from Champagne Star, that's where I said, I put the ad lib in there of please, but I reversed it. Whereas this time I actually just said sear. So technically the reverse of please, but I just did it that time because it's kind of, I just like it. So it's kind of a calling card, I would say, for myself. Then what am I trying to say? A couple of times there. Now the reason I put that there is because the first line of the verse is what am I trying to say, it's just kind of to build into the drop, basically. And also it's a reflection of my thought process and feelings where I'm like, I'm trying to talk about pain, but how am I going to talk about it and how am I going to project it into the song? I really need to stop pressing stop because it's really putting me in a compromised position here. And I unplugged the keyboard too, so now I've got to lean over. It's just, you just gotta adapt. And I'm moving things around. It's freezing. Oh, this is. We just need to take a second for this computer to die. You bloody idiot. I want to get a Mac. I think I should just spend that. Okay. So that little flutter thing, I just picked a little sound that I've recorded and reversed it, and it kind of sounded like I was going, heh. So I just put that in there and put a few effects on, so it just kind of draws out like this. And this little sound, again, that's like a reverse reverb effect, it's just like a riser type of thing, which it's like building up to something and then leading into the little vocal, I guess, melody that I do in this. It's very annoying because it's starting to crackle, but that little part there, the riser just leads you into, something's about to happen, and then that's what happens. So that's what I like to do in some of my songs in terms of just like singing a random melody or phrase without any words. And it just adds a bit of emotion before the beat drops. And then the beat drops and you're just like, what's going on? So now we get into the verse, but I'm also getting very angry because of what's happening with this damn, I see, the buffer size. So more or less, if you have a shorter buffer size, you will hear yourself in real time more. But if you make the buffer size larger, then the computer gets more time to process. And I had mine a little bit too low for what we're trying to do here. So I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. All right. So verses start.
What am I trying to say? That a diamond don't need pressure, there's another way. Okay. And if you...
So that bit where I'm like, okay, and I kind of sound annoyed is because when I was recording it, I tried to do it quite a few times and I just felt like I was stuffing it up. So it was just like I was angry. So I said okay in an angry way, but I was like, I'm just going to keep it in there. And that's the thing I struggle a lot with making songs, but also, as I was saying before, with setting up for 2 hours. It's just like that. I just get in this state of mind where I'm just like stuck, and I'm just like, I start zeroing in too far into things. So like a minor thing like that in the verse, really it sounded fine, but in my head at the time, because I was so worked up about it mentally, I was like, nah, I have to keep doing it. And usually if I take a step back, like if I were to have a break for a few minutes, then come back to it, I'd be like, it's not that bad, or it's fine, or it's good. So I think trying to embed those forced breaks is a really helpful way for me to overcome the anxiety that causes paralysis of that kind. So what I've done, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I'll set a timer for like 10 minutes or 30 minutes. And when the timer goes, I have to sort of snap out of it and step away. And that's been useful if I remember to do it, which I should have done today as well when I'm setting up the camera and the lighting and everything. Because again, that was the same type of thing. I was trying to get all these different angles and I was like, oh, nah, it's not good because you can't see my face and I don't like the way the light's angled and all that stuff. Whereas the very first one that I did was fine and it would have been more than okay. But just when you get into that, it's like a zone of anxiety where you're just like, you're so focused on the smallest stuff that doesn't even matter. All right, so what am I trying to say? That a diamond don't need pressure, there's another way. So this is just talking about how diamonds are made from pressure generally, but it's not the only way they can be made because they've got those cheaper diamonds that they I think I don't know how they make them, and they make them in a lab or something. So I'm just saying, you don't have to live your life in one way to achieve a diamond or something great. There's different ways that you can approach it. And just that little say. This is just another side note, but when I was mixing, I was focusing on that say, which is an ad lib, so it's got lots of reverb on it in the background, and that was my focus of like, is the reverb? I basically dialed in my reverb to that sound for the rest of the ad libs for the song, because I was like, if that sounds good, I'm in the right ballpark for what I need for the rest of the vocal type for the ad libs. Oh, I feel like I'm absolutely talking garbage here. But it's going to stay in, and I'm going to sip again. Okay. And I think this is a reflection of the state of mind I've put myself in, because I'm really, as you can tell with my talking, I'm like focusing on these little minor details of the song, which I do like to talk about because I don't really get the chance to. But I think if I just had have hit record like 2 hours ago, I would have been glossing over stuff and not really been too worried about it. Whereas now, because I'm still coming out of that anxious state, I'm pinpointing things that probably don't need to be talked about. But anyway, continuing.
Got a diamond, don't need pressure, there's another way. Okay. And if you think that your success is based on one line of thinking, step back, cause you might be tripping, you dig.
So if you think that your success is based on one line of thinking, step back, because you might be tripping, you dig. So this is linked to what I was saying before. And the way it relates to me is, to give you an example, just a very simple one. I used to go to the gym, say, 4 to 5 days a week. And I would do, say, 5 to 7 exercises, 4 sets each. I was there like 90 minutes to 2 hours. And last year, I had COVID twice, and I also had glandular fever. And so ever since then, I don't think I'd be able to do it anymore, or I just need to build up to it. But now I only go to the gym twice a week, and now I do like 2 sets per exercise, and it's way shorter, and I feel like I'm achieving the same results as I was when I was doing double the work. So it's just, and that can be applied to other areas of your life with these lyrics, or these first 2 lines at the start. You might be like, yeah, I've gotten to this point in my life, or I'm doing all these great things. But it also means that it's not you don't necessarily have to keep doing the same things, because it's like you could smack your head against the wall when you're doing something, and you might finish it or whatever you're trying to do. But you might be able to do it in another method, which is a lot easier on yourself. And you can achieve the same, or if not better, result. So that's what I meant there. Now, when I talking about influences to this song, because around this time was when Young Thug had released the album Barter, I believe. It was like in his first phase where it was like you couldn't really understand what he was singing or rapping about, but it was just the best to my ear. It's like a best sound. Like, if you listen to Halftime by Young Thug, you'll understand what I mean. But he would always say, you dig, in a lot of his songs. And also Juice WRLD said it as well. So I was like, it just made sense at the time of writing it to put that in there. And it's got a bit of flavour to it, you dig. And that's ultimately what music's about. Like, you get inspired by different artists. They do different things, and you're like, oh, that sounds cool. Let me try that. And so, and obviously you do your own thing, but it's just fun. Like, it's fun to copy and try what they're doing. So anyway.
And if you think that your success is based on.
Don't again.
Cause you might be tripping in your dick. I think to myself, all this stress and pressure and the pain that I put on myself.
I think to myself, all this stress and pressure and the pain I put on myself. Again, talking about the internal pressure you put on yourself to achieve things, or maybe it's the self-critic or the negative self-talk that is causing you more pain and more distress than you deserve to feel, or that you should even put yourself under. Now, in this little part, let's just take the vocals out just to really show you. It's stuffing up. Just listen. Okay, yeah, that was fine. So see how there was a bit of a beat change there? I put that in myself because there's this thing called Gross Beat on FL Studio where you can manipulate sounds and do whatever you want. So I just wanted to add that little bit of change up to this part because it's kind of in time with all this stress and pressure and the pain. So it's like a count off of each thing that's affecting my life. So I'll just play it again for more.
Cause you might be tripping in your dick. I think to myself, all this stress and pressure and the pain.
So I think the way I chop the vocals and with the beat, it just sounds good. So, yep, okay. I remember where we're at.
Be other ways to measure my physical and my spiritual health.
But there could be other ways to measure my physical and my spiritual health. Yeah. So again, it's all linking to that same thing theme for me. So this is talking about maybe I should approach my life differently, or there's other ways to measure if I'm doing well in life. I don't have to be doing 50 tasks a day or doing X or training for 2 hours to be living a good life. I guess it's trying to defeat that self-critic and just to be like, look, there's other ways to live. Don't keep bashing your head against the wall. And at the time I was like, I need to turn this background ad-lib down because it's like the lead vocal is God, which is one of the rules I've kind of learned, which makes sense, but I'll play it. I really like how it sounds in the background. I don't know if you could hear it that well, but I was like, I wish I just made it louder. But anyway, here it is. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Just listen. It's very subtle, so it's just the pain, just in the background there, and then I just like it because I can really feel the emotion from that. And then when you put it all together,
be other ways to measure my physical and my spiritual health.
You can't really hear it that well, but when you're aware of it, you're like, oh yeah, I can hear it. This little So I just put a little effect there, which is like it kind of widened the sound, but it also made it go from left to right ever so slightly, just to give it a little bit of ear candy to the listeners. All right, and also I'm just gonna turn up the background vocals and the ad libs, just because why not? Why not do it? And I need to zoom in and see. The thing is, I had to use this ring light. And I had to unplug the keyboard. So now it's like if I want to try and change something or zoom in, I've got to now lean over. So it's an absolutely terrible. You would think after spending 2 hours doing this, I'd have it all set up, but it's not ideal. So I'm just going to zoom in. It's not letting me. Oh, here we go. Oh, now it's moving shit. Why is this? Holy shit, man. Okay, we're back.
Hell yeah.
Okay. On we go.
It's all about growth. It's about It's all about growth. It's about the times you gotta sit back and just coast. There's way up, learn the most. Yeah.
So it's all about growth. It's about the times you got to sit back and just coast. It's where you learn the most. So this is kind of related to. There's a line about reminiscing later on, but it's about. I mean, I think it's self-explanatory, really. Sometimes you just have to sit and reflect and think about what you're actually doing in your life and the things that are positively contributing to it or negatively affecting it. Learn from it and then implement it moving forward. Oh shit! Nearly locked. No, fuck. I cannot speak. I nearly knocked the ring light over. Is what I was trying to say. Holy shit! This is the biggest debacle since I was born. Okay, and again, in the background, there's just these little pow pow, which again, it's just me. It's the things that have influenced me. You know, I listened to a lot of Migos, and their ad libs are just amazing, and that's why I just put them in the background. Makes it interesting. It's just fun. Ultimately, this is all just fun, and it's like, don't take it too seriously. And I try to tell myself this as well. It's like, oh, if you do this, you're going to sound like this person, and then, you know, when you're posted, people will think, oh, he's just copying X, Y, Z and whatever. But really, who cares? We're just making music here and we're having fun. And if I want to put a few bows in, then I'm going to do it. I'm ranting.
Learn the most.
And just that little, I just like it. This little, see, this is another stupid thing I just wanted to into.
Learn the most.
So just that, yeah. It sounds completely stupid, but I'm just like, it's hilarious. So I just put it in there. Okay. And again, that shit that I put in. That's also leading into the drop again, but just again, just another little melody to lead into the next part. And my absolute, this could be my favorite part of the song. I just want to isolate because there's a few different like phrases that are in there, but I just wanted to isolate the one that I really enjoy. Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of that other one. This is that, and when it's laid, I just felt like it, again, just sounded really nice to me. And I'll talk more about the humming a bit later on, but yeah, just adding that, it just sounds good. That's all to be said. We're moving.
I write this as I'm walking. It's the enemy talking. I'm not even thinking. Let's go.
So I write this as I'm walking. It's the inner me talking. I'm not even thinking. That was me when I was walking to the gym, standing in the middle of the street, writing out these lyrics. And, you know, it's about trying to do those things more, not trying to think all the time and overanalyze and overcomplicate things. So it's just a reminder to do that. And it was just free flowing when I was writing that. So I was just like, yes, free flowing. Don't overthink it. Just put it in there. And then we get ad libs.
Let's go.
which I was sort of yelling, but I was trying not to yell at the same time.
Let's go.
And again, I did that in Champagne Star with the goes as ad libs, but it was in a different kind of way. But this is just to add a bit more energy, because this is the part of the song where it's like I'm getting a bit more hyped, and sort of a lot of my, I guess with Champagne Star too, it's me trying to hype myself up and like talk positively to myself. So it's like, yeah, go, like, come on, like, do it type of thing. So we can.
Let's go. But the inspiration comes from underrated things like reminiscing.
But the inspiration comes from underrated things like reminiscing. And like I said before, it links to that. Oh, these lyrics are very good. I'm sorry, but they're very good. It's like, so far, they've all kind of linked back to different parts and the theme. So again, reminiscing, because when you reflect on things, you're inspired, not necessarily inspired, but you're just like, I understand now. And I know what to do in the future, or I know where I went wrong. Part, I added a little filter effect on the beat, which kind of makes it sound like it's underwater. And that's just to change it up, but also add a bit of tension to this part, because when you isolate like this,
Things like reminiscing.
like I feel like this part, it's not plugged in. That's kind of got a little, it's like a double meaning, because the reminiscing, it's like the note, I'm holding the note. It's also got that underwater sound, and I feel like the track kind of stops for a second in a way like reminiscing, like reflecting, because it's kind of like, and then it's like, oh, what's going on? Like it kind of feels like a breath or a pause has been taken before it goes into the next part.
And if you think about what you,
And then it resumes and the filter effect comes off. So if that makes sense.
and if you think about what you've done all in the past, you're grateful for the things that didn't last. Why?
If you think about what you've done all in the past, you're grateful for the things that didn't last. So this is about, past relationships. And normally when those type of things end, you, when you know that it was for the best, and sort of how you were back then and how you are now, you kind of are like, oh yeah, now I understand why it's ended, and it's probably for the best.
Grateful for the things that didn't last. Why? Cause you know what you wanna grasp and hold on to, the things that cause you to be you. You did.
So the ad libs very good there. Why in the background? That kind of reminded me of a bit like Lil Uzi with those type of ad libs, and just kind of sounding stupid again, emphasizing it, and then because you know what you want to grasp and hold on to, the things that cause you to be you. You dig. So I guess what I mean is, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you don't put your needs first, or you change your behavior, or you start to become a different person, or you just do things where you're like, I don't feel like myself, or I've become detached from who I am, who I truly am. So it's just about that theme. And I'm just trying to remember the lyrics again.
Cause you know what what you wanna grasp.
Oh yeah, and then it helps you moving forward because you're like, oh, I don't want to be like that again, or I want to be with someone who's like this, and it gives you more clarity and a better perspective, clearer perspective about who you want to be with moving forward. And that's to be with someone where you can truly be yourself. You dig? I nearly keep knocking this ring light over. Okay. We're up to the pre-chorus, which is a very good part. Hopefully the recording's going well, because if not, I can't help you.
It's all about the foundation. People
yes,
coming. It's all about the foundation.
You hear that little before it's all about the foundation.
It's all about.
Let me take the beat away, and you'll be able to hear it properly.
It's all about.
Okay. So that's a reverse reverb effect, which is normally one drawn out sort of riser, like earlier in the song. But what I did was I put a tremolo effect on it, so it kind of sounds like but it's also rising into something. And I did that just because I wanted to change up how the reverse reverb sounded. Makes it interesting. So I'll probably use that a bit more moving forward. So continue.
It's all about the foundation. People come and go, but the real estate and improving with communication. But no hating, they come and go for a reason.
So it's all about the foundation. People come and go, but the real estate and improving with communication. But no hating, they come and go for a reason. So this, it was looking like it could have been a diss, the way it was setting up. But, people come and go for various reasons. They enter your life, exit it, and they remain. And obviously, communication is the key to all relationships, with whether that's friends, family, or lovers. Lovers. And that obviously sets you up with a solid foundation for a good relationship and for that to continue. And the people you develop that with will remain, and others will move on or change, not change, but just be themselves, and that's okay. Because, the part where I thought it was sounding like a diss was, but the real is staying. So it's kind of sounding like, you're fake if you're not my friend or any other type of person. But that's where I put that but no hating, because it's the way it goes sometimes. Or the classic, it is what it is. Classic night. And I just want to isolate the hating part, because I just like, because it's just like, it just sounds good.
Hating.
It's just aggressive, and when you tee it up together.
No hating.
A lot of the individual vocals, because it's stacking basically. So it's like you got the lead vocal, you got the one background, and an ad lib. Usually for me, can vary, and usually by themselves they may not sound that good. But when you put it together, and if it sounds good, you're just like, it is what it is. It sounds good, so we're going to put it in there, and it just adds that thickness and character.
For a reason.
All right, now.
A change is what they needed.
It changes what they needed. Yeah. This is my favorite transition of the song, and I feel like it's like I'm leaning into more of my own style here, or just like coming up with something new. Because when you
a change is what they needed. Change.
That's just again. It's a harmony, so you've got the lead.
A change is what they needed. Change.
Then you got the background.
A change is what they needed. Change.
And then you got the third one. See how they're all like sung in different ways?
Yeah. Yeah. Change.
And so if you think of it, I think of it like when you play a chord on a guitar, and just for simplicity's sake, say you're playing 3 notes together, it's a chord. And then each one of these vocals is a different note of the chord. And when you combine it together, it makes the specific sound. But if I take one of these away, maybe this will work. I'll take one away and it might sound...
A change is what they needed.
Not really, but there's time... It was like at the start of the song where I said, that's my pain. It kind of sounded a bit sort of dirty or something about it, which my memory about music theory isn't too good, but it's kind of like that was a minor fifth or something. So it kind of sounds a bit interesting because it's not the full chord. Because sometimes you combine 2 notes in different ways and they sound different. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is where I sort of get into more of a humming type of behavior in this chorus.
Change. 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 See, I don't.
So it's just change being repeated a few times with that sort of humming or the melody in the background. And that is inspired by Kid Cudi, who uses a lot of humming in his songs. And I only sort of started listening to him in the last couple of years. And I watched this video on YouTube where they actually analyzed the humming. And I don't know the exact science behind it, but apparently people like the sound of humming because it's perceived as a more vulnerable state. And it's like you're revealing more of yourself through the humming. And that's why, I mean, I didn't put it in because I want I want to be more vulnerable. I just like the way it sounds, but it's just interesting how that's kind of the science, I guess, behind it. I don't know exactly why, but that's just a fun fact I learned. And that influenced me, and I really liked having that part in the song. So it is a chorus, but it doesn't repeat. So technically it's a chorus, but it's just one repetition. And so up until this part, this is what I wrote about, 5-6 years ago. The next part is, I wrote that, a couple of months ago. So keep that in mind when you're listening.
Know what I'll do. Don't know what I'll do. I want tonight. I think I'm feeling myself, and tonight I want to hit you with a bow, 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 bow.
So I don't know what I'll do, but tonight I think I'm feeling myself, and tonight I want to hit you with the bow, 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 bow. So this is interesting because obviously it's written in the present day. So this is more relating to the recent breakup that I had with my last partner. And it's just kind of like, oh, I'm back. Like, I mean, I'm not, as in like the meaning behind it is like, oh, I feel like I'm back. I might not be all the way back, but I'm feeling good and I'm ready to like sexually suggestive behavior in this part, which is where the bows come in. And again, the bows are influenced by Migos 100% because they love chucking the bows in. But I also, I nearly knocked the light over again. I also like the little background stuff in here as well, though, which you can probably hear. See, it's just there in the background, and it doesn't sound that great solo, but when it's all
know what I'll do tonight. I think I'm feeling
like doing it.
myself.
like it's just fun to throw those little vocal runners in there in the background, and this this is just funny.
I wanna do.
So I wanna do, and again I did it. I'm like, nah, this sounds stupid. Let's leave it in there, which is kind of, I guess that's how I make the entire song, really. Oh, this sounds stupid. Yeah, leave it. Because you never know. Because to me, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound that great. It sounds very stupid. But I'm like, you never know. People might hear it and be like, I like that because it just sounds funny. And that's the thing about music, because there's parts of the song where I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds really good. But other people might be like, that sounds bad, or I don't like that, and vice versa. So that's why you just have to make the music for yourself, because there's 8 billion people in the world, and everyone has different tastes. So it's just like, you can't try and make music for the general public, because everyone is so different. You just got to make it for yourself. And if you want to put stupid stuff in there like me, you just do it. Okay. So yeah, I'm back, and I'm ready to fuck. That's what it means. Okay, now we're getting to this little random section, which, this is one of those where I'm like, oh, like this sounds pretty shit. But I was like, I just want to leave it in there. So again, it's just random vocal stuff, because as you might know about my recording process, I freestyle a few times at the start, and I may not sing words, and it's just random things. And that was just a random thing I was doing then, and to me, it was more genuine and emotional, because it's like, I'm not trying to write anything to it. I'm just making whatever noise I feel like. And so I was like, I'm just going to keep it in there. And I do like this part where, to me, it sounds like the lead is bouncing off the ad lib, if that makes sense. It kind of bounces off the ad lib. I really like the way that sounded. And that little part of the end, again, that is Kid Cudi inspired. It's just more sort of humming, but it's also just lowering into that next phase of the song. So it would be like me playing a little guitar lick, or a few notes before the next verse or part of the song starts. So it's just a lead in, and it also was a random thing that just felt natural. This is where the song gets real interesting.
And that's a fact. I got 2 girls I wanna smash to this track.
So, and that's a fact. I got 2 girls I want to smash to this track. Now, originally when I did this part, I said, and that's a fact, I got 2 verses laid down on this track. Because again, it was a freestyle. So I was like, oh, I need to write something to this part, but that doesn't really make sense for the song. So I kind of linked it back to that last part where I was saying, I'm back. I'm ready to explore, to enjoy life. And, I say, I got 2 girls, and that's a fact. I got 2 girls I want to smash to this track. Now, I don't mean smash as in the bad type of smashing. I mean the sexually suggestive type. And 2 girls, I could leave it open-ended and leave it up to you to decide who I'm talking about. But it's more, in a general context, it's like it's the last girl and then the next girl, because I'm in this phase reasonably fresh. I mean, like, not timeline wise, fresh out of a breakup, but like mentally, I'm like fresh out of a breakup, and it's just me transitioning from the old to the new, and not me flexing, but like, again, back to that positive self-talk and saying, yeah, that's right. Like, it's me it's me showing my confidence in a way which I just felt like I needed to talk about the girls in that way. Yeah, it's just the way that it came through the lyrics, because I'm like, yeah, I feel like I got my confidence back and I need to flex, and it's how I just vented it in that moment. And then we've got the great, absolutely 10 out of 10 ad libs here. Just that ooh, because it links to what I said, because it's kind of, it's controversial. He's talking about these two girls. Who are they? And also just like the sexually suggestive behavior is a bit, it makes you like, and again, another Migos ad lib. They always do that. And we've also got that little reverse reverb sound. But again, I want to play it with the instrument off. Kind of sounds like a helicopter, like about to crash. And that's the point of it, because it's like, something's coming, and then the next part of the song drops.
Baby girl, she broke my heart. I think she grabbed it, better yet harassed it. She didn't even smash it.
So, baby girl, she broke my heart. I think she grabbed it, better yet harassed it. She didn't even smash it. Now, just a side note, this part.
Broke my heart. I think she grabbed it, better yet harassed it.
Wait, sorry. Baby girl, she broke my heart. Yeah, so when
I think she grabbed it, better yet harassed it.
When I say I think she grabbed it, I can't I can't not hear it anymore, but to me it sounds like I'm saying I think she grabbed dick. And I should change it to that, but yeah, it's just I just laugh every time I hear it.
I think she grabbed it, better yet.
Okay, so in my last relationship, I felt like the heartbreak, it was like a slow death. Because it's like I didn't get my heart like smashed, and it wasn't like a classic heartbreak where it was like in one moment it was smashed. It was like over time that happened. So that's why I'm saying I think she grabbed it, harassed it. She didn't even smash it, because it was like over time as we grew apart and our priorities, well, not our priorities or goals, but we just drifted apart. We're on different paths. So it was just like, the heartbreak was drawn out, I guess. Yeah, that's how it was. It was drawn out, so there wasn't a classic smashing. And a bit of Juice WRLD inspiration with the breaths. So let me just take up the lead in the background.
Broke my heart. Better yet harassed it.
So yeah, Juice WRLD uses like those like breaths that in a few of his songs, and I find it's a good way to add a bit of extra emotion and feeling to it. And it's kind of an ad lib at the same time. So that was, again, just very.
She didn't even smash it. And they go when they come across a pain. And they go when they thought of yesterday.
And they go when they come across the pain, and they go when they thought of yesterday. So this is my opinion. It's just my opinion and view of the matter. So sometimes in relationships, it's like I'm trying to say this without not getting myself in trouble, but like just saying it in the right way. In a general sense. Oh yeah, no, that's a good way. In life, we might go through. We do go through traumatic things, painful things, at different stages, and these things tend to resurface. Whether the loss of a loved one or something happened in your past. And what I'm saying about this is sometimes when that pain resurfaces, you're looking for a place, even though it might have happened a long time ago, or it's like being triggered by, like, your trauma being triggered. So for example, you might, I don't know, like go somewhere. Classic example. Yes. Okay. It's like you might be feeling low or sad for a week. You don't know why. And then all of a sudden you realize it's the anniversary of someone's death, or, it was your dad's birthday, or those things. So it comes out of nowhere and you're trying to work out why is this happening? I don't understand. And then you realize. But in this scenario, I'm saying the pain of that resurfaces and you're thinking, what's going on here? There needs to be an explanation for why I'm feeling this way. And usually if you're in a relationship, that is obviously a major factor in your life. And you may associate, I'm feeling a certain way, it must be because of the relationship. So that the line is just talking about, whether the relationship doesn't progress, or it stops and it starts again. It's because of that pain coming up, and the pain of yesterday, blaming the pain of yesterday on it must be the relationship, or it must be this. And it causes you to end it or act out, or that type of theme.
She didn't even smash it. And they go and they come across a pain. And they go and they thought of yesterday.
And we obviously got to listen to the ad-libs in isolation. I just love it.
And they go and they thought.
Oh, that's also the background.
And they come across a pain. And they go.
So that pain, that is 100% inspired by Future. And I think a lot of my influence is by Future, because it's like the way that this is executed, it's like I'm really leaning into the auto-tune sound here, and I'm really going to manipulate my voice so it comes across in that manner. And that's inspired by Future, because he kind of raps or sings in that, like, he's not really pronouncing words sometimes. He's just like making sure of a certain sound. It's hard to explain, but it's a great ad-lib.
And they go and they thought of yesterday. And they
again, it sounds stupid. Yesterday. And again, that's me. I'm trying to get the most out of the auto-tune sound, and the way that I do that is by making my voice sound like that. So I just love it. This is going well. It's gone for an hour, but who?
And they go and they thought of yesterday. And they go and they come back, it's okay. Not okay.
and they go and they come back and it's okay, not okay. So, I've changed a lot, and things in the past I would accept and put up with, which I wouldn't do in this current time. Because, actions do speak louder than words, and they go and they come back. It's okay. So that's kind of me talking to the past self. Because the past self, it's like they go and they come back. Yeah, that's fine. But the ad lib is saying, nah, it's not fine. Like, don't accept that. It's on the theme of, you deserve better, and you've got to put yourself first and what your needs are and what you deserve. And again, we just want to hear the ad libs.
And they go and they come back, it's okay, not okay.
And we get to this part.
And is it gone when they come on, get away, no play, no way.
And they go when they come back. Oh no, shit.
And is it gone when they...
And is it gone when they come home?
And is it gone when they come on, get away, no play, no way.
Gone when they come home, get away, no play, no way. So that's just saying, they come back and they think it's okay. But you're like, nah, like, don't come near me. No play, no way. So it's just, nah, don't try that. No play, no way.
And is it gone when they come on, get away, no play, no way.
And because there's a little gap here before the last line, and I had these little things in here which I removed, but here's a little just. Actually sounds good. I should have kept it in there. And it's a bit of aggression in there. It was just this. But this is a good way for the song to breathe and the beat to do its thing.
And they go and they come across a pain. And they go and they thought of yesterday.
We got the helicopter sound coming in. And they go when they come across a pain, and they go when they thought of yesterday. Again, I just wanted to re-emphasize it to end the song. I mean, yeah, you think the song's over, don't you? Now, I need to use the bathroom. So we're going to pause. And look, I hope this works.
And they go and they come across a pain. And they go and they thought of yesterday.
And just the background here. Because to me, that adds a lot of the energy to the end of this part.
And they go, pain, and they go, yesterday.
And it's that very like, and they go. Which again, I guess when I think about it, it's Lil Wayne, Young Thug, Lil Uzi, Playboi Carti, Yeet, Future, just sounding like an alien, kind of. But it's a good way to add a bit more emotion and just sounds good. All right, so, oh shit. It's doing something. And it's saving. Holy shit, man. Recording still. Okay, we're good. It's still recording. Sorry. Okay. So the song ended, and just randomly, I was like looking for more inspiration. And so what I did was very simple. I just reversed the instrumental. So I flipped it, and then it completely changed the track into this part of the song.
This is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. I feel amazing.
So just reversing it, it completely changes like the tone. To me, it just sounds like euphoric. And the goal of this second part of the song, or the last minute or two, was to kind of, it was a theme of just letting go. You don't have to try and, have a verse or a chorus or write anything. Just let go and just do whatever. And to me, it sounds very uplifting, this part of the song. And that's why I'm like, this is amazing. Because as I started recording, I was like, this is amazing. This is like all just random one.
This is amazing.
And that's how it felt at the time. I can't believe it. I reversed the track and it just sounds so different. And also that's inspired by Yeet, because he reverses a lot of things. So definitely that played a part.
I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing.
So just more, I feel amazing. And there's a lot of reverb, so it sounds like I'm far away and spacey, and that's how it's meant to sound like I'm in the heavens. And then helicopter effects back, but I pitched it down 12 octaves, so it sounds like it's just a different way to sound, but it gives it more of a like oomph with that. And then we get to this part. I was meant to write stuff here, but again, I was and again, like especially the second bit, that is the humming kid. Definitely to me sounds very intimate and vulnerable. And I just love doing those parts of the song, because you do it and you're like, oh, this is magic. To me anyway, felt like magic. It's kind of like a chorus, because it repeats but changes. And that's a nice harmony change up that was played. And I guess the feeling or the tone or the mood is, it feels like I'm releasing something, but I'm also a bit melancholy, it's like sad, but bittersweet and euphoric at the same time. And just, when you isolate the little ones by themselves. Oh, get the beat out of there. And then you put it together.
Feeling amazing. We feeling amazing. We feeling amazing. We feeling amazing.
Again, just amazing. And again, I was just having fun here, enjoying it. Not trying to write. Just repeating the same thing. Again, just letting go with the flow. Don't try too hard. And what's interesting about this part?
We feeling amazing.
Yeah, that's me. That's not me changing a pitch. That's just me using my voice. And then when you add the layer,
We feeling amazing. We feeling amazing. We feeling
high energy.
amazing.
And yeah, it just adds a bit of variety.
We feeling amazing. We feeling amazing.
Again, that's Lil Wayne, Young Thug, all those rappers I've mentioned before, inspiration. Because they kind of rap and sing with it's like a baby voice, but it's also just like stupid sounding at the same time. And again, I just like doing it. And then we get back into a helicopter effect. And just to repeat that earlier melody, just linking it. And now, my favorite part of the song, or tough.
I can feel it in my soul right now. And I don't even wanna go right now.
I can feel it in my soul right now, and I don't even want to go right now. And this was just me. Now, sometimes when I go into FL Studio or I'm recording, and like you put the headphones on, it's like you're in your own world, and it's like safe there, and you forget about your problems. And I was kind of like, I don't want to leave this environment because it's very nice for me. And it also is related because the song's going to end shortly. So it's like, it's kind of a premonition for, the song's about to end because I don't want to go right now. And not that I was thinking of it at the time, but like, I don't know, just the emotion of it and the way it's delivered. It's like, it just makes me think of like someone who's like ill and they don't have much time left. And I guess that's where that feeling of, it's bittersweet and it's a bit sad and it's a bit euphoric because it's like, they're going to a better place, but they don't want to leave and they don't want to go. So that's where it's a bit, that's where that emotion sort of comes in for me when I think about it. And just playing without the beat, I
can feel it in my soul right now. And I don't even wanna go right now. I can feel it in my. I can feel it in my.
Adding those little things on the lead vocal just to really give it that extra effect.
I can feel it in my soul right now.
And again, this part.
I can feel it in my soul right now. And I don't even wanna go right now.
Again, it's just repeating that bit and then finishing with that final. Now, interestingly, what I did was, as the sort of melody is fading out here, I put on an effect which is like it dropped the pitch of the song and also the speed to like a triplet, so it kind of changes the rhythm. So just listen. So it's changed now. And this, a lot of the time when I was mixing it or listening to it and it got to this stage, I was like, when it changes to this, I just feel like I just really like get a strong feeling, which again is like that it's bittersweet, but I'm sad at the same time. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about this part which I really like. I like how the effect catches the R and it pitches it down. Like if you just listen to the vocal as it changes, it's very minor. As the delays sort of finishing, it changes it to a more demonic sound because it's going to a lower pitch, and I just think that is a really indicative touch. And again, I just like that section because it gives the song a chance to breathe. And it just kind of, a lot of the time I reflect, I'm like, I think back to the start of the song and like the earlier parts of the song, I'm like, it's so different now. It's like I've listened to two different songs basically. And so when I think about this second half or this outro or whatever you want to call it, I just feel like it's another bit I've developed in my own style, because it's very like, it's just a lot of sounds and like feelings, as opposed to like the lyrics that I wrote earlier, which are, pretty on point and they've got a lot of meaning and they're linked and that type of thing. Where this is more like, I feel like I've freed myself up and I can take this type of style into the next song and really work on it and just test out different things. And a lot of the time when I was recording the song, I felt like, oh yes, like, yep, I'm going to do this now. Yep, let's get this done. And I felt like I knew what I was doing a lot more in terms of the recording process. And I think that'll just continue to move upwards as I learn more and hopefully get better. Now, the song's actually meant to go for like another minute and a half, because the whole rest of the second half of the track was meant to play out. But I'd been working on it for ages and I was like, look, it's just time to cut it here. Like, it's a good way to end. Yeah, it'd be good to do the whole 6 minutes. Just cut it here. And this part was actually taken from a first part down in the song. And I've just added a little sort of kind of like a guitar type of effect on it. Bit of Kanye inspiration, I would say, from that. Not that it's exactly like it, but I can just tell like it's just something he does, but I can't tell you anymore because I don't even know what I mean, to be fair. Now, I'm definitely running out of gas here. And it's about to end, but I did want to show you something. It's still, why did I delete it? I'm an idiot. Very silly. Damn. So there was a few more pieces of the song that I just left in there, and I was going to show you what it sounded like, because there's a few different ideas that were there that I was going to continue with, which I kind of regretted one of them taking him out. But it's not there. But what I'll do, I'll just kind of sing a little bit of what of what it was going to be. Let me just turn the auto-tune on. Is it on? Yeah. So what I was going to do was like, I've caused it to crash. Have I? Okay, it's crashed. So, oh no, we're back. So this is what I was kind of going to do. Hopefully, I mean, this probably sounds stupid, Benny. We made them changes. You know, I'm making a change right now. I'm making a change right now. Like it doesn't sound as stupid as that. But I knew that, like, I did that little high note because I was going to be like, I'm making a change right now. I'm making a change right now. But I was going to make it more like aggressive and like loud. And I just think it would have sounded really good. Anyway, we're at the end. I'm tired. But if you're stuck with me to the end, I appreciate it. Because I know we were going all over the place. But it's good to be back with the podcast. And we've had plenty of time here. And hopefully, now that I've done the screen recording and I'm recording the film, I can make some promos to actually promote this episode. But it is tough because it's like, this is like an hour and 20 minutes. So it's like about picking which parts of this podcast would appeal to the new into it. So I'm trying to think which parts to include. So if you've got any ideas, please tell me. But thanks for listening. I am not far away from starting the new song, which is going to be AK-47, which is a song I made, again, about 5 or 6 years ago. This song is an absolute banger. very sexy R&B banger. And my friend Monique, who is from Jamaica and she lives in Japan, and I met on a cruise to New Zealand. I went earlier in the year, and she is a great singer. She, fingers crossed, she said she's going to, because I asked her, do you want to sing the hook for this song? And she said yes. Provided, I assume I don't put too much auto-tune, because she doesn't need auto-tune, but I don't think she likes it with their style. But anyway, that will be in the pipeline. So stay tuned. Catch you on the next one.
This is amazing.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Stay safe. I need to edit.
Amazing.